The internet has an enormous influence on consumer behavior. A social media strategy is an online business plan aimed to expand the client base using social media sites. A social media strategy has three key components: a business goal, a business metric, and a social media metric. All social media strategies start with a well-defined business goal. An example of a well-defined business goal would be like a sporting goods store increasing their sales by selling more bicycles. A business metric is a measurable response produced by a social media campaign. An increase in consumer inquiries for the product being promoted in a social media campaign is an example of a business metric. A social media metric is the tangible item that is traceable to a social media campaign. A sales coupon generated by a social site that discounts the product is an example of a social media metric. One of the greatest challenges of a social media strategy is choosing from the numerous social sites and figuring out what to do once you get there. One of the biggest mistakes made by businesses when creating a social media campaign is the field of dreams approach. If we build it, they will come. However, in reality, people usually won't come unless you have an adequate social media strategy. The first requirement for developing a social media strategy is to create a business goal. Social media is a social platform. Your business goals should revolve around engaging with your target audience through social media. A social media strategy should be a universal tool and not geared toward any specific social site. First, you must 1. Define what you want to accomplish. Then you must 2. Decide what message you want to deliver in order to 3. Create real expectations and measurable metrics. There are several types of social media goals. Understanding them will help you focus on what to implement and practice. These goals include presence, brand, and conversion goals. There are three types of presence goals: introduction, expansion, and conversation goals. All of these will increase your visibility on the internet. Introduction goals help build brand awareness and drive traffic to your site. Introducing yourself on social media platforms is part of establishing your business brand. You can't make friends without first saying hi. Reaching out to a new target audience and having expansion goals is a key factor for creating visibility. Joining the conversation, listening, exchanging, and delivering information are all conversation goals. Having well-defined brand goals helps increase brand awareness on social media. Branding goals tend to be progressive in nature and build off of one another. Every new company strives to obtain positive brand recognition with their initial audience. Once your audience trusts your brand, the next step is to get others to convert to your side. Getting people to talk about your brand should always be part of your social media strategy. We all have the need to communicate. Social media is all about engaging in the conversation. A few questions to ask yourself when engaging with potential customers on a social platform are: 1. Who is your target audience? 2. What is the age group of your target audience? 3. Who are the influencers in your target audience? Having the ability to answer these questions will help determine which direction a company should engage with social media platforms. Micro goals are interim goals. They are smaller, measurable points designed to support the overall business goal. Micro goals are important when establishing useful tactics to implement within your social media campaign. A few examples of micro goals in regards to reaching out to new audiences would be testing Groupon, using Google Daily Deals, and targeted social media advertisements. Tactics are an integral part of your social strategy and make up the measurable part of your plan. Tactics help understand what's working and what's not working for your business. For example, how would you know if your site visitors are coming from Facebook or Pinterest? Unless you have micro goals associated with your company's tactics, you won't be able to obtain a true, reliable metric. What is a campaign hook? It is that key component that grabs the audience's attention. A unique value proposition is the component that makes your company different from everyone else. It is what pulls your web audience into a direct interaction with you, marketing your product in a unique, quantifiable way. After creating and delivering your company's message, the next step is getting people to share it. What are the motivators that initiate social sharing amongst platforms? Social media campaigns are like any other digital campaign. They rely on a psychological phenomenon to motivate people to act. The goal here is to not only attract consumers already in your demographics, but to spread awareness to their friends and their friends' friends, and so on. Pictures, videos, and audio are an attention grabber and an excellent way to spread your company's message around the internet. Social media platforms are constantly evolving. While it would be a mistake to advocate spreading yourself too thin across social media, it would be an even bigger mistake to ignore good opportunities when they present themselves. Your brand can have several different homes on social media, and it is to your benefit to target those outlets that match well with your business. Social media gives us the chance to create touch points. Each social media platform provides an opportunity for overlap. Engaging with one person on a topic may end up being part of a larger discussion that the individual is having with 3 or 4 other people. The more touch points, the more opportunity to engage with customers. Social media allows you to spread your company's vision and promote your brand. Your small-town restaurant has a home on social media because it tells people about your staff, specials, and allows for customer feedback on your restaurant services. It makes people feel like an active part of your business community. Incentives and rewards are important too when brainstorming ideas on how to get people to take action on behalf of your business. When developing your plan, you want to include a tangible business goal, giving people a reason to advocate for your brand. If you only focus on what the consumer can do for you and not what you can do for the consumer, then you are only limiting your company's potential success. It is important to know how to navigate around the various social media platforms. It's all about discovering the conversation, understanding the audience, researching top blogs, knowing how to navigate around popular social media sites, analyzing site analytics. Once you have a good understanding about your target audience and social media platform, you can then begin to observe the conversation. Look for what interests your audience or what topics are being discussed. Design metrics to analyze and measure the conversation. In this video, we learned the major elements to a social media strategy. When creating business goals, set reasonable expectations that have measurable metrics. If you have too many goals, it will make it difficult to measure the return on investment, ROI. It's best in the beginning of your social media campaign to limit your goals. People communicate in many ways, verbal, nonverbal. Social media is all about the conversation. If you embrace the idea to structure your social media strategy and campaign so that it is not dependent on any specific social media site, then you'll be able to grow along with social media technology as it evolves.